born men.
I guarantee it would hurt to take a punch from me.
No, there definitely is girls that can punch hard, but it's like the 1 in a few hundred bodybuilder and like disgustingly big.
Bullshit. I'm not a bodybuilder by any means, but I
tell it wouldn't hurt. It'd be fine.
Muscular women are not attractive.
It would definitely hurt to take a punch from me. I would rock your shit.
Muscular women that look like men are not attractive.
I remember anytime I think about that, I think it was a girl that like moved a car over spot. It was like this big muscular looking bodybuilding girl. Just like push the fucking car. This is a little fucking thing though. Sorry, cars, stupid chicken.
Still though, to move that vehicle is insane.
So let me tell you this story about when I was. Whoa,
who's chasing me? Whoa, I didn't hear that terror radius at all.
Because it's a ghost face.
Oh shit! Oh my god, they were just following me. I'm so sorry.
Let me tell you this story about when I was in middle school. I was like 6th grade, right? Do you want to hear it, or are you being chased? Okay, so first, let me just qualify this with I was a kid. So today, as far as my morals are concerned, I don't believe that men should ever hit women. Unless the woman was born a man, I guess. But
if you hit a guy twice, you deserve to get hit back.
All right. Well, I used to go to this. Oh man, I feel like this.
That's an honest statement, Jay. I'm very surprised. That is a very good, honest statement. If a girl hits a man twice, then she deserves to get hit. I'm very much a very similar person in those regards of. If you put your hands on someone, expect them to put their hands on you.
And they want equality and shit, no? The fuck?
Like, I'm sorry, but like, I will never put my hands on a man without expecting to get hit back. Why? Because you don't get to put your hands on somebody just because you're angry. But you also gave them an additional courtesy of twice, which is, that's very respectful.
Might be out of anger.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I was getting out of elementary school and starting middle school, right? And then there were these people that were like, oh, well, we're trying to recruit kids for the magnet school program. And they had like a special art program at this other school, and they were trying to recruit kids for it. And I was the artist when I was younger. So I was like, okay, I'm going to go to this middle school that they want to bring people to. But what I didn't know is that the middle school was really just... Well, it was like it was in an all-black neighborhood, and I'm not black. And so I think what they were trying to do was bring in white kids from other neighborhoods, is what it seems like, with like luring them in with like, oh, we have a special art program to come here, right? Mm-hmm. So the school was literally like, I want to say like 95% black kids. And like, I don't like just so you know, like I don't really see color or race. I believe all people are the same, but for sake of like distinguishing, like people say, oh, black people and white people. Okay, so their skin color was dark at this school, right?
Yeah.
So I, being one of the very few quote unquote white kids in the school, I would get picked on and bullied and just targeted and beat up quite often, right? So I remember one time I was just at PE, and basically the way it would work is the coach would blow a whistle, and there'd be a shopping cart full of basketballs, and they'd blow the whistle, and everybody would run to the cart and grab a basketball, and whoever grabbed a basketball would be captain of a team. So, I was like small. And so they blew the whistle, and I ran and I actually grabbed a basketball, right? So one kid just comes up and like punches me in the stomach and takes the basketball away. And like these were my experiences at this school. Like I was just punched and beat up for no reason. So I would another time, right? It was called Beat Up Cracker Day. And I was just going from one class to another. That was it. I was just walking from one class to another, nothing else. This kid comes up just out of nowhere in between classes, punches me in the face, and goes on about their day. Like, and I just get punched in the face. Like, I think they broke my glasses or something. But basically, basically this is what I would deal with at this school, right?
That's unfortunate.
So one time I was in my art class and there was a big heavy-set black girl, and for whatever reason, I don't remember exactly what led up to it, but a disagreement, and she just punches me in the face. So I'm like sitting in art class, just kind of like stewing over this, thinking like, I'm tired of getting punched in the face for no reason. And I'm thinking like, I can handle this one. Like I could take this one as a girl, you know, I could fight back. So it was like building up inside me, right? So class ends and everybody's in the hallways, and I come up behind her and just tap her on the shoulder, and she turns around and I just punch her square in the forehead.
Oh. Hey, I mean, at least it wasn't in the eye or nothing.
So she started crying, and then like basically I was called to the principal's office, and basically, you know, there was this whole big table, and my parents were there, her parents were there, brothers were there, like, and I don't remember the whole ordeal, but basically like I got removed from that school and left and just went back to the school in my neighborhood after about like half the year or something like that. But that's my story of punching a black girl in the face because, you know, I was like, I said, I was a kid. I was probably like, how old are you when you start 6th grade?
Like 12, 13.
Yeah, okay. So I was a kid. Hi, Ghostface. Why do you keep following me, bro? Anyway, but I just think it's kind of funny because she's the only one I felt like I could fight back against.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, like, she's literally bigger than you, so fair enough.
But then she had brothers, you know?
Yeah, and it's scary, though, because your mentality is different as a child than what it is as an adult. As a child, you just wanted to have the bullying stop, and you wanted to stick up for yourself. Versus as an adult, you now know, maybe I could have handled that differently, but at the same time, I did what I had to do.
But it's just funny how, like, she was so big and tough when she was hit me in the face or whatever. Oh, yeah, but when I punched her back in the face, she just cried like a little baby, and I'm like, whoa! Yeah, I just punched a girl in the face and made her cry.
Oh.
I mean, I was a little weak white kid, so I don't think it hurt her that much. But I think it just surprised her that, like, hey, somebody actually
hit me back,
fought back. Yeah. I don't know what this guy's doing. But like the internal conflict within myself sitting in the art class, I don't remember it vividly. I just remember the gist of it. But sitting there, like, convincing myself that this was a fight I could actually handle.
It's okay. You did good.
Whereas with the other ones, I wouldn't even think to fight back.
Oh, he ran past.
But you know, when people are like, I was bullied in school, I think most people at some point in their life have been bullied one way or another.
Yeah, for me it was racism.
What do you mean?
Growing up as a mixed kid, I was too white for the Hispanics, but too Hispanic for the whites. And I had really, really curly hair. I had tan skin, blonde hair, and I didn't speak English well until 1st grade. And then 1st grade, I had to have an ESOL class because my English wasn't good enough. I was bullied a lot. Like, we had like the redneck white kids sit there and say that like I was a beaner, I was a wetback, my family was illegal aliens, things like that. But it escalated back into like high school. I was 9th grade, 10th grade? No, 9th grade. And these redneck boys tied a noose And while I was walking home from school one day after my programs, they threw the noose around my neck and told me that they were going to hang me like the wetback pig that I was. So, for me, I didn't care for white people for like the longest time.
Sounds like they just had a crush on you.
I would not want to call that a crush. That's horrifying. But they definitely didn't leave me alone. They were very much obsessed with watching me, very much obsessed with like going out of their way to find me. And it was just the most unfortunate situation for myself until I grew a backbone, and like, I guess the best way to say it would be I took like it's not a real bat. It's like a small, thin, wooden, small bat. Like one like for decorations mostly. And I brought that in my book bag and whacked one of the kids on the head with it. And then told their parents what they had done. And I said, I can tell you right now which kid it was that had the noose. If their dad would have purchased rope anytime in that frame, or would have had a job or had anything at all that involved rope, that kid would have been charged for a hate crime. So I was willing to make it a big deal at school. My mom was willing to make it a big deal at school too, because again, that's some serious shit. But luckily never escalated beyond that, and they left me alone. But just because those kids eventually left me alone doesn't mean it stopped. Like, white girls were the worst. Oh my god, fuck them bitches. They would sit there and pull my curly hair and sit there and call me a poodle. And they would say I would look so much prettier if I just straightened my hair. And then they would bring straighteners to school and tell me that they would stop being mean to me if they could just straighten my hair. But then they'd turn it up all the way to the highest setting to try to burn my hair just because they were just mean. I literally did nothing to these girls, but existed. And I was different from them. So I hated white people for like years and years until I eventually realized, obviously it's not all white people, and I got over it. White people friends, but it's like, that shit's annoying. That shit was absolutely annoying. It's like, why do you feel the need to like bother somebody just because they're different? Why do you feel the need to harass somebody just because they're not like you? Wouldn't you want to be their friend because?
But the thing is that there's people. It's just trashy people. Like, they're in every culture, quote unquote, race, ethnicity, everything. But the thing is that like the question is, why do we categorize people by skin color? Because it's like, I think the reason is it's this like group mentality, like us versus them. So it's like you'll have quote unquote white neighborhoods or black neighborhoods or Hispanic neighborhoods, and it's like they form a community and they think they develop a certain way of thinking, you know, like each other. They act like each other. You are who you hang around, and it's like they're taught that like, oh, well, the white man, this and that, or you're raised like in a certain area where you're white and you're told that like, oh, all black people are this or that. And it's a lot of it's basically a lot of just nurture. If you were to just put like just put like a whole group of kids, little kids that are all of different skin colors in a preschool room and play like they don't see color. It's something that you're taught. It's this whole mentality of like, oh, well, the white people this and the black people that, and it's like, it's actually kind of disgusting that
absolutely
that today in this society that people even think along those with that mentality.
That you'll find people that still think that way, but it is changing for the better. A lot of people are becoming way more accepting. Like, I remember being mixed was like a big deal, because again, you didn't fit in with either one of those cultures. But now so many people are mixed and having mixed kids. It's like, it's nice that so many kids are accepted now and there's no judgment. I wish I would have had that, but at the same time,
I mean, but like from my experiences, like I interact with all kinds of people. It doesn't matter their skin color. Like, everybody seems to respect each other the same and treat each other the same. But like, if you turn on the news and you listen to the media, it's like the race war and the blacks this and the whites that, and it's, you know,
I see racism like that, you know, like it truly is just media. putting that stuff out
there definitely are racist people, but it's like, I feel like it's probably the minority, but the media and the news makes it sound like it's the majority, and that it's like this big problem in the world where it's
I don't see race the same. Race is not the same. Racism is not the same that it was back, when I was younger. It's different now. People are a lot more accepting. A lot of people are a lot more mixed than what they were back then. So a lot of races are accepted. Culture is being brought in, and it's nice. It's unique.
Yeah, the people just thought along the lines of like, we're all human. We all bleed red. Like, why is skin color a differentiating factor in how we view and judge people and categorize them?
People are ridiculous.
Just, I don't know. It's nurture. It's the way people are raised, and society as a whole.